مدلقاتا قردر الميلا جيد مديدا قبتو مدلقاتا قردر الميلا جيد مديدا وحدهم بقرارو وذكا قراراتو
In every situation, when the hieroglyphic existence of the ancient Egypt was traced, all their kings and gods have this kind of a stick. When translated, it was translated to be HNGL. And now in Somali culture, I still use it and call it Hangul, the same name. That shows how ancient that this language existed. Being one of the Hemito-Semitic languages and believed to be the bridge language between the Hemitic and Semitic languages. Thus, it is related with Oromo, Afar, and other languages.
Iyagoo duqdhaxjiifto daawanaysa ubaxo iyagoo duqdhaxjiifto daawanaysa ubaxo soo raaxada macdayo tafakariiska furatayo sidaysa keliyihiin soo raaxada macdayo tafakariiska furatayo sidaysa keliyihiin Siri Madisa, Misa Tuxisa, Misa Sata, Yaqaan Yanitilai.
Who's going to be doing a 7-minute speech on Somali culture and how Somalis got to Minnesota. So, enjoy.
Today I will be talking about some of the elements that make up the Somali culture, and I will also answer some of the most frequently asked questions by our fellow Minnesotans, such as why are Somali people in the state of Minnesota, and so on. For a land that was known as the second home of the Scandinavian woodsmen in the late 18th and early 19th century, one would be in for a surprise to find that the Somalis of East Africa would migrate to the severe cold regions of the Midwest. Thus, the question of what attracts the tribe of Horn of Africa to the cold regions of America, not more toward the south, which is similar to their homeland, is one that any American would ask. Now, if time permits us this afternoon, this question can be approached first most to what broke the thread of a thriving society and made one stable country of Somalia crumble and break into pieces. This fall came about when the infant government that was created 30 years prior to the Civil War was overthrown in 1991. A period of anarchy and lawlessness shrouded the country. Young militiamen divided amongst warring factions became the new ruling entity of the land. During that period, civilians have suffered from violence, famine, lack of social services such as education and infrastructure. As a consequence, over 1 million Somalis escaped the country, fleeing to the neighboring countries where they were resettled in refugee camps by humanitarian agencies. This growing crisis and the creation of hundreds of new refugee settlements came under the scope of the world, and in few years, UN agencies took great concern in assisting many to move into countries such as the United States and Canada. Now, to revisit my former question, which was, why the tribe from the arid lands of East Africa chose to settle in the Midwest, more particularly Minnesota, we can shed light on some of the opportunities that drew them, such as the job markets, schools, and service agencies. Moreover, they were attracted by the low-cost living and the friendly environments that Minnesotans are known for. With the availability of unskilled jobs, the refugees were able to seep into the greater fields of American jobs. Thus, the reaping from these fields of work enabled Somalis to create over 800 businesses in the state of Minnesota.
Pork and alcohol. In Islam, women should wear a hijab. As many of you guys seen, all those Somali women that are here, alhamdulillah, they're wearing a hijab. This means a covering that covers their body, except for the face and the hands. And this shows modesty, and that they only keep it for themselves and between them and God. A curtain in the Somali households represents the same thing as the hijab, which means a covering. That's why most Somali houses, when you go there, you see a big, beautiful curtain behind
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala ashrafil mursaleen. I want to share a poem with you guys, and it's just a short poem. And the reason why I want to share this only poem and not my other poetry is because this concerns our culture, Somali culture. This was a poem that I have written after I woke up one morning, and it was a dream. I have recited this once before, but I have recited this once before, so I'm going to recite it again. And this is how it goes. Come on like a roller coaster ride, home what I call but a burden for the eye, so I can give some information on what was rich in culture like the Mayans on my second version. As the story thickens like cuneiforms, written in Persian, climax as the opposing sides closing. Bullets that felt the flesh, never feeling grief, set at his chamber by a pump fulfilling his need. Words were exchanged and he got offended, so his deeper voice gave him the only choice. Never came alive, he ended in life. In that place most youngsters don't see to live it. Only few that Almighty let on what I reminisce is vivid. Flashbacks of men full of hatred, so the only way to face it in my dreams. Dressed and trained, put on the boots and the jeans, tossed in the midst of the bullets dodging game. So I'm there, late afternoon, a place that I knew like my bet. Man, the only thing far is there, small camps where the roads met. For a moment there, thinking I'm on the Silk Road. A youngster tapped me on my shoulder, point to what it seemed I was seeking for. Gushing blood, soaking ground like the waters of a broken faucet, and it's still hard to recognize it.
Sayfalada maqasadu Da